Hey, cousin. What's cracking? You already know who it is. It's your favorite cousin, Ken Ken. Go, Ken Ken. Look, one time for the one time. Y'all thought I forgot. I ain't forget. I ain't forget. You said, nah, Ken, you Marie Moses now. You Marie Moses now. I'm Marie Moses, but I'm always be your favorite cousin, Ken Ken, okay? So, that on that, all right? I love you. Hey, cousin. Look at my cousin LaJoy up in his thing. Period. One thing I can always count on is my cousin LaJoy to show up. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I love you, LaJoy, because you always been there. You've been there through the ups, the downs, the ups, and the, look, we've been there with each other, right? For real. My cousin said, period. Period. Okay. If you're watching this on TikTok, make sure you go over to YouTube so you can catch the live replay let me see. Okay, we got 3 different channels. So hold on. I am Marie Moses on YouTube. The live replay, I will post it on Sunday. Okay, that's what I decided to do because I was trying to get the live replays up the same day, and it's just too much. You know, your favorite cousin Ken, I don't like to stress. So I ain't going to stress. I'm going to give myself a couple days so I can get the live replay up there. But on Sundays, I'm thinking maybe like around 7 p.m., something like that. You know, once you chilling and everything, then boom, cousin Ken gonna pop on, you know? So that's what it is. Cousin, I love you too. And then, okay, what was I gonna say? Let me see. Oh, and if you are watching this live replay on YouTube, make sure you come over to TikTok. Follow both of the TikToks. There's 2. So there's I Am Marie Moses, and then there's the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center. I'm going to be alternating between the 2. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm still trying to figure everything out. Y'all know I told y'all I'm back, and it's just a lot. All right, we got Instagram. Make sure you follow on Instagram. Make sure you follow on LinkedIn. Make sure you follow on Facebook. Make sure you follow on, what's the other one? Threads. I'm learning about threads. I feel like an old person learning about threads. I'm like, okay, this must be the Instagram Twitter, right? Y'all tell me. I don't know. But anyway, follow me on there too. Follow me everywhere because that's where I'm going to be. Everywhere. I'm back and I'm better. I was like, hey, cousin. Period. You said it is? Okay. That's what I thought too. I was like, this looked like Twitter. But you know what? I had Twitter and I deleted that account because the energy over there, I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know, I deleted Instagram too. But I came back and Instagram did change a little bit. So we going to see how Instagram is. We going to see. But yes, I have Facebook and everything. Follow me because I'm going to be keeping y'all in the know of everything that is going on. And y'all already know I told y'all that when I came back, I'm going to be doing intuitive messages or spiritual guidance, which is what I always do and what I have always done. And I feel like that time that I was away, it really gave me a chance to, you know, sharpen my skills, but also be clear about what I'm here doing. So I am here for the Divine Collective. I'm not here for everybody. And y'all know y'all have seen the change. Y'all have seen the growth and all of that. All right. So the same people that was rocking with me back in the day, you might not be rocking with me right now. It just depends on where you're at. But I'm here to help those that are ready to move forward. So if you're ready to move forward, this is where you need to be because I'm going to give you all the guidance that you need. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling whatever it is that you're feeling, I'm going to give you the guidance to help you to move forward because it is time. Let me tell you how it's time. There is a lot going on in this world, and y'all know I don't need to tell y'all what's going on. Y'all seeing the news. Y'all seeing what's going on, scrolling up and down your timeline, the news feed. Y'all see what it is. If you the type of person that's just like, no, we gonna keep living like life is normal like it was. Okay, that's what I said. I ain't telling everybody. Okay? Because there's people out here that can feel this change. And you know it's time for you to do something. And it is. All right? So, baby steps. We're gonna take baby steps, but we're gonna get to where we need to be. But we have to do the inner work first. That is the message. The inner work comes first. You're going to get your assignment. You're going to get all the details. And as a matter of fact, you're going to be getting details and guidance and all these things. Spirit's going to give you all of that. But while you're in the midst of getting the work and getting the assignments and doing these things, be sure that you're working on yourself. Because if you're not working on yourself, then you're not going to be able to make it in the times to come. Okay, it's very important. So thank you, cousin. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming in. Thank you. What's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking? Okay, so let's get to it. Now, normally I do spiritual guidance, whereas we talk about personal development, career and finances, and relationships. Normally I break it down like that, but I don't know if I just want to do a general message overall or if I want to break down all three. So y'all just let me know. Do y'all want to have all three? Thank you. Thank you for the love. Do y'all want me to, hey cousin, you want me to talk about relationships, career and finances, and personal development? Or do you just want me to give one general message? Whatever comes up, I'll just tell you what it is that Spirit has for me to give you all. Y'all let me know. And if y'all ain't in the live, then look. Look, I think I'm all that because my hair be down there. You ain't here, you ain't here. No, I'm just like, hey, cousin. You say you cool, whatever? Okay. All right. Our cousin say I'm cool, whatever. Okay. They say, can't you do whatever? Do your thing? Okay. Okay. Now, I did tell y'all I'm a little bit nervous because I normally do have my cards, which I do have my cards for affirmations. Confirmation. This is the affirmation deck. I will have some more. I don't have any right now, but I will be using these cards for confirmation after I give you the message, because I told y'all that I can do this without cards, right? Okay. So if I told y'all I can do this without cards and I can help you through your situation, then I'm going to do that. And I'm challenging myself. Okay. Let's go. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Whew. Look, we all need to calm down, right? Okay. So you're going through a situation right now, and whatever you're going through, I'm hearing perspective, okay? It's needing to see things the right way. Because here's the thing. If you are getting down on yourself, or you're getting upset, or you're getting frustrated, or you're getting irritated and all these things, it's okay for you to feel that way. But if you allow those lower level emotions to take over, then you could spiral. Okay? So calm down, just relax, and slow down. Because once you slow down, you get the guidance from Spirit. Spirit is going to tell you everything that you need to know. But sometimes we feel like, we want things to be a certain way. We want to have it right now. We want to do it right now. Okay? That's how we are as human beings. BEANS. That's just how it is. But we have to remember why we're here. We're here learning and growing. I'm talking to the Divine Collective. All right? I'm not talking to everybody. You are here to grow. So you're going to go through experiences that are going to stretch you. And you might go through a cycle where everything is good. Everything's on the upswing. Everything is, popping. And then you may go through a cycle where it's not like that. Everything is not growing. You may not be getting your way. All the manifestors out there, you may come to a dry spell where it's like nothing that you want to happen is happening. That's normal. That's normal. And y'all can type in the comments because I'm reading your comments, okay? Hey, cousin. You said, miss my Cappy cousin. I'm still here. I'm here, cousin. I'm still here, okay? Let me know. Let me know what's going on, okay? Because not only am I giving you the message, I want to know what's going on with you. Because if you tell me what's going on with you, we're here on this live, I can give you direct guidance. And I will be doing that. So that's another benefit of being on the live. If you have a question, ask your question and I can help you. Okay? But just calm down, okay? Because here's the thing. There are some things that you can do. There are things that Spirit does. And we're learning how to get into this flow. Because most of us are used to working and making things happen. Okay? That's just what we know. We don't know anything else. So if you're not working, or if things are not working, then you feel like things are not happening, and that's not true. There are things happening. You're just not making it happen. And that is nerve-wracking. I know, but we're moving up. We're going from the 3D. Remember we talked about 3D to 4D to 5D. We're moving up. So this is the rapture. The rapture is not the sky breaking open and somebody coming down to save us. No. You are going to save yourself, but it all starts up here in your mind. So you have to have control over your mind, and I'm hearing your emotions. You got to control them emotions, cousin. Because if you don't, like I said, you're going to be upset. You're going to be upset, and that's not going to help you. That's not going to help you to be the person that you need to be, do the things that you need to do. If you get frustrated because, say, you're not getting the help that you need, or, things are not working out, and you throw down your pen and knock everything off of the desk, what's that going to do? Just imagine your cousin sitting on the sideline while you acting like that. I'm just going to be looking at you like this. Okay. It's not going to change anything. Nothing. So, yeah, I know I have a Christian foundation. No, I'm not a Christian, but I have a Christian foundation. So I will speak a lot about the Bible. Don't throw the whole Bible away. Okay? We already know that, yes, it's been manipulated and a lot of things have happened, but there's a lot of truth there too. All right? And we know that faith without works is dead, right? You hear that? Faith without works is dead. But you also have to have faith. Hold on, wait. Let me say it right. Faith without works is dead. Yeah. But work without faith is dead. Thank you, Spirit. So you could be working on something, but you don't believe that Spirit is going to do what Spirit going to do. Come on, Spirit. Come on. Give me the thing. Okay? That's what it is. So you believe that faith without works is dead. So that means that you need to go to work. You need to do whatever it is that you need to do. And that's the program. Okay? You got that. But then there comes a time when you stop working and just let your faith take control. That's different. That's very different. Because you have to feel like everything is going to work out. You can be working, doing all these things, but in your heart, you still feel like, how's this going to work? It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It's not. And that can make you feel like, okay, what is going on? So you got to go within and do the work on yourself and your belief. What do you really believe? Do you really believe that you're doing this all alone? Because a lot of times we say, no, I believe in God. I believe, I got faith. But then when it comes time for you to believe, it's like, no, I got to do it on my own. You don't. You say, I definitely have to control my emotions. It's tough. It's tough. Thank you for the love, y'all. Yeah, tap the screen, share it live, and do all this stuff so people can see. It's tough. Trust me. I'm in it with you. I know. You are talking to a very calculated woman. Very, very calculated woman. My life makes sense to me. I have to know what is going on in my life at all times. And the years that I was not online and I was going away, trust me, I went through so many ups and downs and toss and turns this way and that way. And I didn't know the sun from the moon to the star, from the up to the down. But that's why I always tell y'all, my cousins that's in spiritual alignment class, I always tell y'all to just stay in the boat. Just stay in the present. Because if you can stay in the present moment, then you're going to be okay. It's not until you get out of the present, you're not grounded, and you start thinking about the future. Because a lot of times we can think about things that are going to happen and it ain't even happened yet. The things that we are fearing that are going to happen, it has not even happened. So we can make up these stories in our head. We just have to know when we're doing that. When you're making up a story in your head, you have to be able to check yourself and say, that's not even happening. You said facts. It's a fact. Whenever you are afraid of something, you have to know, I'm afraid, and be okay with the feeling of being afraid. I'm afraid that this is not going to work. I'm afraid of this and that. Okay, it's okay for you to have the fear. But when you are afraid, that's not the time for you to go out and say, okay, let me figure this out, because that's not going to help you. Because whatever you're doing is not going to work. And then you're going to feel like, okay, well, I'm by myself. Relax. Spirit is guiding you to rest. And Spirit is going to put you in a situation of rest. So let me tell you something. If you don't want to get out the way, cool. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay? But I'm going to tell you what Spirit will do. Spirit will put you in a situation to where you can't do nothing even if you wanted to. That's where we're at. That's where we're at with the Divine Collective. Incline your ear. Listen to what I'm telling you. Because, like I told you, things might not be working out the way you want them to. But that is spirit also. So it ain't always God is good, God is great, let's take it for our food. And won't he do it? Well, yes, he will. It ain't always that. Sometimes you're going to be put in a situation to where it's like, oh, look, you're going to be, ooh, how am I going to get out of this? I don't know. What am I going to do? I don't know. That's when you have to activate your faith. You said, say that. It's a fact. That's also God, okay? That's also our creator. It's not always good. It's not. Excuse me. And if you're going through a cycle where it's feeling like the pressure is all on you, Spirit is telling you to let go. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the need to perform. Let go of the need to do and learn how to be a human being. That's what we are learning as a Divine Collective. How to be. Because you can do more from your seat than from your feet if you're in alignment spiritually. I'm telling you what I know. Because remember that your aura, your energy is layers. And the more you're working on yourself and your vibration is coming from within and it's flowing out. It's like an onion. It's going outward, outward, outward. Okay? And it surrounds you. It surrounds your home. It surrounds your community. It surrounds your city. It surrounds the state you're in. It surrounds the country you're in. It surrounds the planet you're on. It surrounds the universe. It just keeps going out and out and out. But when you are sad, stressed, depressed, down, all these things, then your aura and your light is just shrinking up like this. It's just, hey cousin, thank you. Thank you. And you want to be free. That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants to live a life where it's just like, I just don't have to worry. I'm just at peace. And I'm telling you, you can live that way now. That's the peace that surpasses all understanding. It doesn't matter what is happening around you when you have that peace within. So this is why Spirit is guiding you to rest and to make sure that you are incorporating your spiritual wellness practice so that you can calm down and rest in the flow and slow down. It's like the second hand on the clock. Tick, tick, tick. Some of y'all, y'all went crazy just hearing that. You say, oh, no, I don't want the second hand. I don't want that. I don't want that. You said, I'm trying, Lord knows I try. You can do it. You can do it. But this is the work. This is the inner work. So when you hear people talking about the inner work, this is it. Spiritual alignment is your assignment. Remember, you came here to grow. That's what you came here to do. Your assignment, your gifts, and all these other things that you're going to do, that's just a part of it. Because remember, we have that pie chart I told you all about. So if you think about a pie chart, half of your day should be spent on self-development. That's 50% of your day. Just working on yourself and developing half of your day. Then you got 25% where you're resting. And then you have 25% where you are working. But most people spend most of their day working. So you don't have time to develop. You don't have time to get into spiritual alignment. So if you don't have time to get into spiritual alignment, you're not connecting to your spiritual gifts. This is how you connect to your power. This is how you do greater works than Christ did. You have to be able to slow down and know, okay, this is what I came here to do. And this is what, okay, all the time you need to know what's going on. And you only get that information from Spirit. But if you're running off and you're doing whatever you're doing, then it's just like, okay, you go ahead and figure it out. And when you get exhausted and when you get tired, then you're going to fall and then you're going to pray and then Spirit going to talk to you. So maybe you just need to go get exhausted. You said the weight is the work. It is the work. I'm trying to tell you, you talking to somebody who has had to wait. Hey, my cousins, y'all know. Y'all know. Oh my goodness. That's why I tell you don't even look at the time. Don't look at the time. Don't look at the clock. Don't count no jelly beans or pebbles trying to figure out how long it's going to take because it's energy. Okay? So whenever your energy changes, then that's when things changes. That's how it goes. And you can't do it with your mind. You can't do it with your mind. So we're so used to doing everything with our brain. But you're not going to get into spiritual alignment thinking about everything. It's actually the opposite. You're going to have to learn to release. You have to learn how to believe in things that you don't see. And have faith that things are going to work out when you don't even know how it's going to work. Do you know that our Creator is a spirit? That's why I have to keep telling you this. Our Creator is a spirit. It's a force. It's not a man that needs to walk and step and do all these things with hands and feet. It's a force. And it can do things that you cannot do. It can move through your life in miraculous ways, and it takes a second to change everything. If our Creator wanted to change anything in 1 second, it's done. Do you know that? So if you are going through a tough cycle or whatever it is that you're going through, you're actually learning in this cycle, and it's serving you well. It's developing you in a way. So our responsibility is to figure out, okay, what am I learning here? Why am I in this cycle? And what is it that I need to get from this cycle so that you can go on to the next cycle? Because if you don't get the lesson and you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not going to the next cycle. So whatever it is that you think you want to do, or even that little piece that Spirit has given you, that little bit of the assignment, just a little bit, because you're not going to get the whole thing. You're going to get little bitty pieces. And the more you grow and evolve, the more your assignment is going to be more and more clear. The guidance is going to come in. The people are going to come in. All these things is going to come when it's time, but not before you're ready. Because we're not going to get more than we can handle. But a lot of times we want more than we can handle. And Spirit's like, nah, you ain't ready for that. You're not ready. You're not ready. And it's okay. You're being developed. That's what this is. You said, I'm a caregiver for my mother and my adult son that suffer from chronic anxiety. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. You know, I'm always say take a spiritual bath. That's number one. Number one, I don't care who it is, if it's a child, if it's a mother. I send spiritual bath kits to my son. He's grown in a whole nother state. Did you take a spiritual bath? Yeah, take 2 of these. Yeah. Make the spiritual bath kit yourself. If you need one from me, then inbox me. I can send you one. But the spiritual bath is so important, and has been for so many years. But I think that, like I said, we get so busy. Most people just take a shower and just be gone. You know, we just wash our body. But the spiritual bath, the intention for the spiritual bath is to cleanse the blockages. And a lot of times that anxiety is coming from fear. So once you can get down to the root of what they're afraid of, then you can help them to overcome the fear. So if you're their caregiver, then you're going to have to help them to understand that they are safe. Not just by saying you are safe, but help them to understand why they fearful in the first place. And you help them get to the bottom of it. And then you give them solutions. That's what you're there for. But if you're not sure of what to do or how to help them, then it can be overwhelming for you. Because now they're anxious and they're worked up, and now they're working you up. But you're the leader. You're being put in that role, in that position to help them. And the more you help yourself, the more you take care of yourself, the more you cleanse your energy, the more you learn about your own spiritual wellness, then you're going to go back and share it with them. It's not the opposite way. A lot of times we want to go out and help other people. It doesn't work like that. Not for us. Because I told you, we are the leaders of the new earth. Okay? That means we have to do the work first. We're not out here fronting and perpetrating the fraud and acting like we doing this and that and, you know, looking good on the outside. But on the inside, you tore up from the flow up, you get ready to throw up. Tired. Spirit can't do nothing with you in that state. Nothing. So that's the reason why we're guided to take care of ourselves first. Then, as you heal, then you're going to go back and share some things with people you love. And they're going to be coming to you for help. They're going to say, oh, yeah, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, I'm going through this. And it's not going to stress you out at all. It's not going to stress you out at all because you already been through it. Thank you, cousin. You already been through it. You already know what to say. You already know what to give them. You already know what to do. But you are your first patient. You have to take the time for yourself. Working and paying the bills, let me tell you something. That's not going to be a thing for a long time. That's not going to be a thing. It's not. And many of us are working and still not able to pay the bills. So it's just time for that whole thing to stop anyway. And it is. It's going to stop. That's not going to be the way that we live. We're not going to be working every day trying to pay bills and still don't have the money that we need. No. It's not going to happen. Hey, cousin. You say, oh, my God, cousin, you look great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love y'all. I know I've been gone for a minute. I know I can just imagine how it feels to see me now. Like, girl, where you been? Hello? Who are you? And what did you do with my cousin? What did you do with my cousin? Hey, cousin. Yeah, you said it's been years. I know. It has been years. But the same thing I'm telling you is the same thing I had to do. So now I'm back to help you. But at that point, years ago, I was not in the position to help you. I could guide you. I could tell you, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. I still could tell you what's going on, but now I have tools for you. Now I have something to give you. Okay? Thank you, because it's not just like, okay, I'm going to tell you what this is, and see y'all later, see y'all in the next read. And a lot of times that's how it is when you go to readers and spiritualists. You have to keep going back to them because you don't know what to do. Not with me. Not with me. Every person that's within the sound of my voice, you're going to know what to do. Not only are you going to know what to do for yourself, but for your family too, because your family needs you. They don't know Cousin Ken. You do. But everything that I have to give you, you use it and you become a better person, and then you go and help the people that are assigned to you, because you have a group of people that are assigned to you that'll never see me. But you have to be the woman and the man that you need to be so that you can show up for them. Thank you, cousin. Thank you for the love. You said it's the skin for me. Is it the skin? I got a love Jones for your body and your skin tone. Okay, let's go and get out. Thank you. I'm very proud of you. Thank you, cousin. You said they better not clone you. Why everybody be talking about clone? He said, just kidding. You're even more beautiful with your light shining. Thank you, cousin. Okay, I heard this a few times. It's a few people that said something about a clone. So who are they and how do they clone you? I need to know. Because y'all know something that I don't know. Because I see this twice. Somebody said, Kid, is you a clone? Who gonna clone me? Who gonna check me, boo? You said, I don't know. I was being silly. You was being silly. Okay. So I was gonna say, hold on, this must be a thing. Is people out here getting cloned for real? I don't know. Now I have heard that people have been abducted. Okay, they call abducted. I have heard of that. But they know better than to touch me. They know better. They know what I came here to do. Anyway, thank you. You said greetings, my love. Yeah, facts. Yeah, they know to play with. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. So yes, that's the message. Okay, slow down. Take time for yourself. Okay, and know that you're not doing everything alone. Because let me tell you something. When you don't have physical support or you don't have the physical things that you need, just remember that there is a parallel reality. There is a spiritual realm that is working at the same time as the physical. It's always working, moving. Things are always going on. So when you feel like I can't do this is not happening. Okay, when you feel like you're not seeing any emotion, when you feel like, okay, this is too much, You have guidance in the spiritual realm. You have support in the spiritual realm. There is a lot going on your behalf to make sure that you do what you came here to do. Because remember, you came here to do something. So this is not, I'm going to pray that everything works out and I'm just going to keep praying and praying and praying. No. No. That's what religion taught us to do. We have to pray 125 times for things to happen. No. Faith says, I know that this is going to happen. I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. I know that I'm here to do something powerful, great. And I know that my Creator is going to take care of me because that's a promise. So I'm supposed to get everything that I need. I'm supposed to be taken care of. And that is what's going to happen for me. Even in the midst of a storm. Even in the midst of, like I said, you not seeing everything working out. You have to know. But how do you know? You have to go through some experiences to challenge you so that Spirit can show up and show you. That's how it works. So when you're going through this darkness and you're like, okay, thank you. You're like, okay. That Spirit sending you through so that you can see. Pay attention to how Spirit is showing up in your life. Even if you're not getting everything you want. Even if things are going, whatever's going on. Pay attention to how Spirit is showing up and you're not doing anything. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay? Because you'll be able to see the hand of Spirit moving. And I'm not talking about a physical hand. I'm talking about the energy. It's moving. It's definitely moving. Okay? All right, so let me get some confirmation here. This is the Divine Feminine Affirmation deck. Look at her. Ain't she so pretty? Okay, but me, y'all can stay. You know, you're welcome here. You're welcome here. Cousin Ken can love her, me and cousin. So let's see what the confirmation says. Okay, it says, I am worthy of rest. I think I like doing it this way. I'm going to get the message and then I'm going to tell you what the cards say instead of me getting the messages from the card. You see what I'm saying? That's what it says. It may be backwards. It says, I'm worthy of rest. You are. But it's a part of the program for us to work and work and work. And I'll tell you the truth. You can be addicted to working. You can feel like you're not valuable unless you're doing something. And what Spirit is telling you is that you need to get out the way. In some way, you need to get out the way. You do. And if you don't get out the way, you're going to get moved out the way. And like I said, things are not going to work out for you the way that you want them to. So sometimes we can get sick. Sometimes, we can lose things. And sometimes, listen, y'all know I'm not just a loving light. I'm going to tell you the real truth. There is a dark side to this. Sometimes you can go through a tragic situation in order for you to learn. That's what we're here to do. And we learn the fastest lessons when we have things happen that we don't like. But we learn, don't we? Yes, we do. You said confirmation. Yes. You said so true, so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. You are worthy of rest. So if Spirit puts you in a position to where you have to rest and you can't do anything and you still tripping out, man, you getting ready to spiral down, cuz we're going to meet you at the crossroad. You going so we won't be lonely. We won't be lonely. You going to check up out of here. You're going to be out of here. I'm like, oh, my cousin just stressed themselves to death with an F. You just stressed yourself to death. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Thank you for the love. Not on my watch. We're not doing it. Yeah, bow, 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 bow. Cause say bow, 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 bow. See, that's how I know y'all my cousins. Little Joy. Bow, 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 bow. Look, that's how it be. Look, I would put my glasses on. Say, oh my God. Distressed myself to death. I'll be singing up a room. And right, you said stay in the boat. Exactly. Stay in the boat. Relax. Because it ain't going to help you. Stressing won't make it better. That's a gospel song. Won't make it better, no way. It's not going to help. And you are being placed in that position for a reason. It's a reason. There's a reason for everything. And one thing I know about spirit is that whatever we need to learn, we're going to learn it. We're going to learn the kicking and screaming, or we're going to learn the sitting down and being attentive. Either way, we're going to learn that lesson. Because there's so much that we have to do. There's so much that spirit is going to do through us. You have something in you that only you have. There is a certain quality and certain, I don't know, je ne sais quoi about you that has to be developed. And that can only happen between you and spirit. That's it. And that's all. So you're going to need that quiet time. And you can sit down and, do it as needed. Or you can get sat down. But either way, you're going to do it. So this whole free will, you have free will? Yeah, you do. But for some of you, the ones I'm talking to, the Divine Collective, you got free will until you don't. Okay? Look, wink, wink. And there's a direction that you're supposed to be or going at a certain time. You need to be on up the road. And you're not going to be late. So, yeah, you can choose. Go ahead, choose. Do what you want. Do what you want is your life. But it's going to be so uncomfortable for you to keep doing what you're doing that you ain't going to have a choice. So, yeah, you got free will. Alleged. I'll just keep it 1,000 with you. You got free will until you don't. And life is going to become unbearable for you. So you're going to be like, oh, something needs to change. This spirit got you exactly where you need to be. You said allegedly. Yeah, alleged free will. Mm-hmm. They got free will. All them out there. You? Baby, the Divine Collective, this is men and women. I'm telling you, you got free will until you don't. I'm going to tell you that. And even the angels, your guides, will get firm with you. Oh, man. I'm telling you what I know. It's like, oh, you want to keep doing that? That's why I told you. There comes a point on the path where it's like, okay, you have to make decisions to move forward. You have to stop doing certain things. You have to start doing certain things. You have to start making these changes. Because if you don't, then your guys and your team, they're going to get real firm with you. And you're going to be like, what the heck is going on? You said they do. Oh, baby. Look, my teeth chatter. I don't want a problem with them. I don't. I just don't. I try to go on the straight and narrow, okay? Because I feel like I got a big bodyguard over me all the time. I'm just playing, okay? I'm just playing. Everybody say, oh, Kiki, you look so cute. You look so good. You look so good. Uh-huh. Yeah, I do. Look at my arm. Okay, I do it. Baby, I didn't decide. I mean, I did. Okay. Look, cousin, allegedly, I did decide to do better. Yes, I did. But it was almost like, your back is against the wall. You gonna do better, or you gonna do better. You understand? It was more like that. And I felt it and I heard it, and I kind of sensed that, So I did. That's what I did. So people like, oh, Ken, you did so good. I'm so proud. Listen. Nothing. That's all I'm saying about that. That's all I'm saying about that. Because I got something to do, right? I got something to do. So I'm supposed to come back here and I'm supposed to be doing this at a certain point in time. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. But if I was the old Ken, I wouldn't have been able to come back here. So I had to. He said, OMG, you helped me out so much. Thank you, cousin. My cousin said she a gold digger, period. Smashing them goals. Smash them. You said the journey is something. Oh, it's something. Oh, my goodness. You said I missed your YouTube videos. Hey, cousin. I'm still here. I'm going to be giving you out spiritual guidance, but, without the cards. I'm challenging myself. I am challenging myself to pick up these messages and to deliver them because that's what I'm here to do. I channel in order to nurture, and I can do that. But I am going to get my Oracle decks back because I know y'all like the visuals, and I got the affirmation deck, so I'm going to come back. I'm back. Not I'm going to come back. I'm back. But it's just going to be a little bit different because the messages are going to pull us forward because it's time. Thank you, cousin. You said cousin Kickin. You said you got it. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. That's why I say y'all got to give me confirmation because this is how it was when I first started reading tarot. I didn't know what I was doing. I just got on and started talking and people started telling me, yeah, that's right. That's what I'm going through. So I said, okay, this is right. That's how I knew that what I was doing was, it was right. It was helpful. So that's why I said, when I'm telling you something or whatever it is, let me know. Confirmation, this and this and that, because then I can say, okay, I'm on it. Okay. Even though I know I'm on, it just helps. It just helps. You said, cousin, it's good to see your face and your smile. Thank you, cousin. I feel so loved. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, okay? This is top secret. When I was gone, nobody really sent me an email or nothing. So I felt like nobody cared. Oh, here I go getting mushy. I feel like nobody cared. I didn't really feel like nobody cared about me. I know y'all love me, but I felt like, it didn't really matter if I came back. I know, I'm in my head. You say you already know you got it, cousin. You don't even need cards. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. That's what Spirit told me too. Spirit told me to go to the chair. And I remember when I first started reading and developing my gifts and things like that, that's the same thing I heard years ago. Just go to the chair. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know nothing about no cards. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I just went to the chair and the messages just came to me. So it's like how I gave you the messages today. It just comes to me. And if you're in my life in any way, if the messages come to me, I'm just going to give it to you. So if I can do it with my family and people that I love, then I can definitely do it online. I can do it. So it's just different, You said emails are tricky. We don't know who's monitoring emails, but you were missed. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I felt like nobody really reached out to me or nothing. I was like, dang, nobody hear about me. And then, okay, this is my fault because I never went back to my channel. I went years and never even went back to my old channel. And I went back to my channel not too long ago. And cousin, I got so many, comments. So many comments that I cannot even reply to them all. It's just like, this is where everybody was at. I was over here and I could have been right here. But that's how Spirit works. That's how Spirit works. It's like you could be this way, and then all it takes for Spirit to say, do that, and then boom. That's how it is. That's how it is. And we can't get mad on the path. That's one thing Spirit told me years ago. Don't get mad. Because if you get mad on the path, it's going to lower your frequency and boom, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're going to take yourself out or something else is going to take you out. So we can't get mad on the path. We got to understand it. We got to become a student of the path, a student of our life, a student of the world that we live in. And Spirit is always teaching us, and we take every experience as an opportunity to grow from. But when we get mad, it's like, shh. Go ahead. Spirit ain't gonna comfort you and say, oh, baby, you mad. You're gonna be sitting there just mad and in your feelings. And it's not gonna help you. Not at all. Okay? Okay, so let's get another card. It says, I am more than a conqueror. So, yes, whatever cycle you're in is going to end. And that's something that we always have to remember about these cycles. They're ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, always. So, when it's up, it's up. When it's down, it's down. But remember that any down cycle, anything you're going through, it's going to go back up again. But every time you go back up, you should be a different version of you. You should be a better version of you. You should be stronger, wiser, more equipped, because you're going to have more challenges to come, but you're going to be better equipped to handle them. See? That's how it works. So know that in this life, you were created to master you, not everybody, because everybody ain't going to make it. So stop trying to save everybody, cousin. My goodness gracious, I keep trying to tell y'all about this. That's what Spirit has said, okay? Let them people do them people. They not you and you not them. You came here to do something, you got to focus on yourself. Whatever it is that they do or don't have nothing to do with you. You only responsible for yourself in this life. Whoever you're supposed to help, you're going to help them, and it's not going to be hard to help them because they're looking for you. They need your help. So it's not going to be difficult. If it's hard to help a person and you feel like you trying to help them like this, okay? No. Let them go. Let them learn. Ain't that what Frederick Douglass said? He said, if you want to help people, don't help them at all. Don't give them no help. They'll figure it out. If you see somebody drowning, let them drown. Sorry. I don't know if I go that far. I'm just saying, you never know. You may be trying to pull somebody up and they might pull you in. I'm just saying, look, I'm going to do like this. Grab this lip gloss. Here. I'll help you if you can grab this. That way if they try to pull me in, baby, I let that lip gloss go. Ow! Bye. I'm telling you what your cousin, baby. I'm going to let you go. Honey, I have come a long way. A long way. And there are people who are okay with drowning. They don't care. And trust me, I love people who feel this way. They don't care about their life. They don't care whether they live or die. They don't. And guess what I say? Simbele, my love. Look. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, not tell me what you're gonna do. Oh, this way. That is nice. That is not nice. Cousin, don't laugh. That is not nice. But, you know, my own dad was like that. My dad, the man who's responsible for me being here, he was like that. He said, Ken, I never even wanted to live in the first place. That's what my dad told me. Now, this man, when he passed, my dad was in his 60s, I believe. Yes. And he told me, he said, I never even thought I was going to live to be 50. And I never wanted to live anyway. And when I met him, remember when I met back up with him and we had, you know, hooked back up and everything, he was already doing bad. It just so happened the Spirit had guided me to go and see him before, you know, he passed. But he was okay with not doing anything to get better. They were trying to get him to go to dialysis. He did not want to go. He did not want to go. He said, no, I don't want to spend the rest of my life doing that. I said, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Do you have someone to, you know, take care of everything? What do you want me? Show me your things. Where do you want me to put everything? What do you want us to do? Okay? Because if you want to go, then just let me know what you want me to do. I'm not the one that's going to be sitting up and say, oh, please stay. Please, no. If you want to go, then you can go. I have family members that are young. And they feel like, I don't care about life. Excuse me. I don't care about living this life. And I understand it, not in a cold-hearted way, but because I know how real life is. You see what I'm saying? I know how tough life is, and it makes you feel like, I don't want to do it no more. That's real. And there are some people who feel like that. And they don't care. And you have to know who you're dealing with. Because you could be dealing with a person that feels like, I don't really care about life at all. And whole time with our empathic self, we sit up there. Oh no, you need to care. You have so much life to live. You have so much to do. You can do it. You can do it. And they looking at you like, fool, if you don't get out of my face, if you do not get out of my face, they are not trying to be the best version of themselves, and that's okay. Could be a cycle. They could learn later on and grow. That could be the case, or it could be the end. But either way, it's okay because it's their life. We have to take care of ourselves, and that's what Spirit is teaching us. We have to take care of ourselves. That's what's most important. You said, dang, that's deep about your father. Yeah. He didn't want to live. He didn't want to live. And, you know, he didn't raise me, so we weren't really like close, but I look so much like my dad. And I could tell, like, as we started talking, you know, he still was the same person. My dad has always been about himself, and that's just what it is. Some parents are just like that, you know. So he still was that same person. And I remember before he passed, we had a conversation, and I told him he's not a teenager anymore. I had to tell him that. I said, you acting like you a teenager. You're not a teenager anymore, and you need to stop acting like that. You need to get it together. Because at first it was all, hey, you're back in my life. You know how it is if you meet up with somebody that you haven't seen in a long time. You think like, oh, yeah, this is so good, you know? Yeah. But once you realize and you figure out that that person has not changed, they're still the same person, and you're just like, oh, okay, you still the same type of person, okay. And I'm not getting ready to feed into that. I'm not. But you know what? He would only listen to me. He would listen to anything I said. My auntie used to call me and say, Ken, would you talk to your daddy? Ken, would you talk to him? Because he only going to listen to you. And he only went to dialysis because of me. Because I told him. I said, okay, we're going to get the nurses over here. We're going to do whatever we need to do if that's the way you want to go. And then once the nurses got ready to come over, he said, well, wait a minute. Dog it. What do I need to do again? I said, well, you need to go to dialysis. And they set him up. And he lived like a year longer. He ended up living like a year longer. He was going to dialysis. And I would call and check on him and say, how you doing, Dad? He said, oh, I went to dialysis today. They stuck me 3 or 4 times, you know. I was like, well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're going. I'm proud that you're doing things that you need to do for yourself. He said, well, I'm doing it for you. You told me that I need to go, and I'm going. I said, yeah, but you need to do it for yourself, too. You need to do it for yourself. And, you know, he was always like, you know, when it came to that, do it for myself. I don't care about that. But you, I'll do it for you. And so, you know, he's just always been that type, you know. But I understand his life. I understand his life experience, what he went through. He lost his mom when he was, well, not lost his mom, but his mom passed, my grandmother, when he was 15. And he always carried a lot of hurt inside of him. Some people just carry a lot of hurt inside of them. They don't know how to process that. And we carry hurt inside of us too. So that's why Spirit is saying, work on your hurt, work on yourself. And let everybody else work on their thing, whatever it is that they are going through, because they're like that for a reason. Nobody just wants to give up on life or just, you know, be the way that they are. They're like that for a reason. Something happened to them and it has like stuck with them. And you have to understand, or you don't have to, you know, you do whatever you want to do. But understanding why a person is that way, it helps you to release them and let them go. Because they're going through these challenges. They don't know how to navigate through it. And you can't hold them up. You can't hold them up. So that's what it is. It says, but he still didn't want to be here. He did it for you. Yeah, he did. He did. And I think he thought that I was going to always be, you know, holding him up and telling him, oh, Dad, you need to do this, you need to do that. I didn't do that. I got him started, yes. But if you don't want to go, I'm not going to keep asking you if you went and playing this game and all that. I'm not doing that. So, you know, even on the day that he started to decline, he was in the hospital and they were telling him that he needed to go to dialysis that day. He said, I'll think about it. I said, Dad, you know if you don't go to dialysis, you're not going to live much longer. They're telling you you only got a couple days to live. This happened on Friday. I think he passed like on a Sunday or something like that. He said, I'll think about it. Slowly, because in the whole weekend, he started to decline the whole weekend. And I would be calling him and calling, me and my aunt, calling him, to see, okay, are you going to go? And he was like, he got to the point to where he was like that. And then he couldn't talk. By like the second day, he couldn't talk. And so I'm asking him like, okay, Dad, are you going to go? What you going to do? And he couldn't talk. And so he waited so long that it got to that point. And so my aunt was like, Ken, I hate to tell you, but I think he's going to go ahead and pass on. He's ready to pass on. And I accepted that, because I know life is hard, I'm not the one to sit up here and act like, oh, life is just so beautiful. There is beauty in life and, all these things, but life is challenging. It really is. It really, really is. And he lived like that, for so long without having the proper guidance and support and things like that, I feel like once a person lives that long without the guidance and help and things that they need, they feel like it's always going to be like that, which is not true. You can always change your life. And that's why I always tell you all, you can change your life whenever you want. Whenever you're ready for things to change, it can change like that. But it's up to you to change it. But trying to tell somebody who's already lived 60-something years, and it's just like, because I talked to him about loving himself. Look, I'm going to say this, I'm going to let y'all go. I said, Dad, I was telling him about, eating better and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, you got to love yourself a little more, feed yourself some things that you can use. He said, love myself. He said, I never really thought about loving myself. I said, man, 60 years old, I never thought about loving yourself. So it's tough. Life is tough. And everybody has their own path. And you have your own path. And you have to make sure that you take care of yourself. And when it's time to let people go, you have to let them go. Because their path is for them. Your path is for you. Okay? So that's the message. Take care of yourself. You said that's deep. Generational trauma. Oh, yeah, man. It runs deep. Real deep, real deep, real deep. But it's okay. We the ones, We're the ones. That's why I truly believe the Spirit has guided me to come back and have these conversations with the Divine Collective, because the things that we have to go through and endure and all these things, it's different from most people. Most people can get a pass, even though they feel like, oh, life is hard. They still can do whatever they want to do. They can party and turn up and drink and do, okay. They can do whatever they want to do. For us, life is challenging, and on top of life being challenging, we still got to show up, be there for other people, get yourself together, da-da-da-da. Okay, we don't get a pass. We do not get a pass. So, it's just our time. It's our time. And we move slow, but move for show. And know who to give energy to, who needs your support, and who you need to let go of is very important. That's another reason why I came back to talk about relationships, because, we used to always talk about relationships, but we learn so much from the people in our lives. We do. They teach us a lot about ourselves, how we really feel about ourselves. If we're not pointing the finger and blaming them for everything that they do, we can look at ourselves and see, okay, what am I learning from this experience? What did this experience teach me about me? It's always teaching you something. Every person is teaching you about yourself, how you really feel about yourself. And that's just always the way it's going to be. And the better you are to yourself, then the better people will come into your life. If you feel like, no, I need to do all the work and everybody can depend on me, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to do all the work and everybody's going to depend on you. And don't cry about it, because that's what you want. Okay? Thank you, cousin. That's what you want, because that's what you believe. But when you say, no, we all going to pedal the boat around here, everybody going to get a paddle and everybody's going to help, then everybody's going to get a pedal and everybody's going to help, because that's what you require. Then that will take the pressure off of you. And people who just made up their mind say, I don't want to do. Okay, well, bye-bye. Go on over there. Those of us that are going to work together, we're going to work together. Those of you that don't, then go and figure it out on your own. But taking on the responsibility for everything is like, it's too much. Now, like cousin said, there are times and circumstances where you have to. You have people that have special needs or they need your support. But even with that, you still have to prioritize your self time. You still have to prioritize your time to take care of yourself. You can have a day to yourself. I don't care if you have to wait until it's time for them to go to sleep. You got to take them to a daycare. You got to find another family member. You got to partner with somebody else who has family members that are doing the same thing or going through the same thing. You create a support group of your own. You have to do it. You have to do it for yourself. Okay? You said it's absolutely true. It is the truth. It is. Thank you. Thank you for the dolphin cousin. Thank you for the heart me. Thank y'all for all the love. I love y'all so much. It is 2 o'clock. And I did say 8 o'clock, not o'clock. So, I love y'all so much. So the live replay will be on the YouTube channel at I Am Marie Moses. You can find a live replay there. If you are ready to move forward, then join us in spiritual alignment class. If you want to work with me personally, now you know, I told y'all I'm going to give you assignments, okay? You will have assignments. So every Sunday you will get your assignments, but we're going to be working on spiritual alignment. That means working on your discipline, working on being consistent, self-aware, and mindful. Nothing is more important than spiritual alignment right now. I'm telling you. You can do whatever you need to do for the people in your life, but like I said, you got to work on yourself first. And so, spiritual alignment is a 4-week commitment to yourself, and this is for women. Women, men, we love y'all, but y'all, y'all gonna come together and help each other. And women, we gonna come together and help each other, and then we gonna get together later. Okay? That's just how that goes. But there are many resources for you. You can click my picture. If you are here on the live, you can click my picture up there and see all the resources. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, you have questions about the numbers you're seeing, how to meditate, sun gazing, all these different things, all the questions, then download the guide, okay? There's a guide there that will help you. You said, does it cost? Yes, spiritual alignment class does cost. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But it's affordable. You can afford it. And it's worth it because it's going to change your life. So ask yourself, is it worth it to change your life? Y'all see my transformation. Y'all looking at me transform. Are you ready to transform? Ask yourself, is it worth it? I think so. Thank you, cousin. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. You said, see you later, cousin. See you later, LaJoy. LaJoy's in spiritual alignment class. And you have access to our private community too. So that's the major part. It's 24/7. You can always chat with me, ask me questions about anything you're going through on your journey or anything like that. Just let me know. You have private access to me. So yes, you have support, okay? And if money is an issue for you, then you pray about it and it'll come to you. You'll get it. If it's meant for you to be a part of it, you will, and you'll have everything that you need. But do you believe that? Or do you believe, oh, I can't have it, I won't be able to do it, I can't. Listen, I'm your favorite cousin, Ken with a capital CC, cuz, okay? You can do whatever you want to do. You can do it, okay? All right, I love y'all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.